So right now we have a meeting with GSF, and let's show you what how the meeting goes. Here.
If anyone has any questions regarding the event, the participants will present their posters. The posters does not need to be printed.
So this is networking event we are going to have, and this is the sitting arrangement zone, and hopefully many people come and just stay tuned.
In terms of their background, I think Duraj is going to probably do that later. Prayat Patel, alumnus Prayat Patel, and alumnus Aditya Rawal. So tonight's panel discussion and networking event served as the third gathering of this alumni group, the first of such program that connects NJIT.
CIO, and before age 40, I want to be a CIO. And he looked at me and he said, "Wow, this is all you do." And this is one piece of advice here is you got to know what you're doing, but it's also very important to put when, because open-ended goals does not really work well. I wanted to be doing this. I want to be more generalist. I want to be the CIO by this time. So always put a when to it, so it helps put the urgency to your goal. It puts focus to you, so this is where I'm going, and then you know along the way, are you falling behind, are you on track, or you're not. So at that point, that focus is very important.
Yeah, excellent. Very, very well said. Prayag, I want to ask you the maybe $100,000 question for the graduating students. Right? Since you have exposure to so many industries through private equity, there's talks of perhaps, recession coming next year. There's talks of there not being recession. I mean, even the most smartest people out there are confused as to what's going to happen over the next year. What are you seeing out there in terms of the job market, and what should be top of mind from your perspective for the folks that will be graduating in the short term to get successful with?
Yeah, I think that's a tough question. So we do see transactions slow down a little bit. That was late last year, coming into this year, but I think the summer was quite busy. There are certain industries that are highly consolidated already, like media, I would say, is very consolidated. Healthcare, on the other side, is very fragmented, and especially related to COVID. There's many startups and a lot of activity in that area. So it's tough to say, where it's headed. I think healthcare, I don't know anybody who's not busy. That's all I'll say. All of the other industries are having some challenge here and there, but we've seen them up since the summer. So I'm hopeful that the recession isn't going to be as bad as it was thought out to be next year. Hopefully it'll flatten out or even see a little bit of improvement. Having said that, I think I wouldn't call it advice, but I think just natural way of thinking as a senior here would be to network as much as possible, right? I mean, you're not, considering the job market, people are going to hire who they know or who they are familiar with, as opposed to a random resume showing up on their desk. And even when we do hiring, right, we have to pick from, we'll get resumes that are 50, 60, and we have to pick 5. And how do you pick 5 out of 50 qualified, right? Every resume you get is qualified. And how do you differentiate yourself among the noise is going to be key. And if, I've made this mistake many times over. When I send a resume to a company, it'll be a generic resume. Like I send IBM the same resume as I send Lucent, as I send somebody else. think through who resumes are being read, right? You can talk about all this AI stuff that filter resumes, but at some point the resume will be read. And you got to figure out how do you stand out on that piece of paper. You have no opportunity to talk to anybody. You have no opportunity to do anything. How do you stand out for those 30 seconds in front of somebody who's reading the paper, who's never met you before? So I'm sure as you talk through the entrepreneurs here, will talk to you about the elevator pitch and how do you kind of introduce yourself and all that good stuff. But try to put the best foot forward. Also try to differentiate yourself, right? You bring some unique capabilities. Everybody's smart, right? Everybody knows the math, the science, and everything behind it. What else have you done that is going to be accretive to my business, that is going to be accretive to my department, to my team? And it is very important to think through that and highlight that as part of your job seeking venture. Because many times and oftentimes that is what's going to break the tie between you and the same qualified candidate that's right next to you.
Alright, you guys better get this one. 35 seconds.
So it was a kind of crazy event. Basically, we had one GSA meeting where you saw the glimpse first. Second, we had a networking meeting where alumni came and we connected with them, we networked with them and everything. It was also a good event. And right now, they have a Bollywood night also. It's basically sing along karaoke stuff and have a good food. So pretty much it's been a crazy hectic day. And this is my outfit. Let's do this. So I'm kind of wearing a long coat. Giving yeah. So I'm kind of giving a Sherlock Holmes vibe if I have a scarf and a cap. That's what my friends told me. But yeah, overall it's a good event. And we also have food. So the food we had was can you see? Yeah, masala idli and veg pakoras, and everyone loved it. So GG, and that's it. That's the wrap of day 6, I guess. See ya.